Yeah, John, like I said, John Cullen, man, he'd be a great guy to have on the show if I could ever find him, man. He is not like him, so that's why I'm a little concerned that something has happened.
How'd you meet this dude?
I actually met him through another guy. I don't know if you know Tommy Kerrigan from Tommy's podcast.
No.
Okay, well, Tommy has a lot of guys on it, man. He's got some big names, and he said, dude, you really need to be on the show with this guy. So I got to know John, and we did, I don't know how many shows we've done, 6 or 7 together. We were getting ready to do one on 9/11 and also on UAPs, extraterrestrial. Right, honeypots.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Probably ex-honeypots. But anyways, they're checking in with him in the hotel, but nobody's talking about that.
You know about the Vegas thing. Is it true
Not
that
enough,
there's
but that's
3
never
women
stopped
that were
me
checked
before.
into the room with him?
All right. Okay, so room 135 on the 32nd floor, registered guest, his last name is Paddock.
There's also 3 females that are registered to that room. First name is Joanne, Joanne. Last name. Second subject, Laura. Last name. Third subject, Katie. Last name. They checked in on 25 September. Scheduled to check out on October 2nd.
Right? Then they got the 8 rounds of brass in the other room. The room he's dead in, there's no broken glass. The next day when they come back up to do the forensics, all of a sudden the glass is broken that he was laying in. Who broke the glass now? It wasn't broken in the morning because that night they actually have video of the room that he's supposedly in, and the glass is not broken.
Really?
Right?
Check right here. We are facing north.
Just confirming that is you guys, that's in the broken window that faces the Luxor.
We are facing the left floor. We do not have a broken window.
Okay, copy. It looks like you might have another room that has a broken window that also faces the Luxor off that north end. There's a little bit of movement unknown if it's going to be the curtains or not. I'm going to be working to get a better eye on it.
Check right here. We are facing north.
Just confirming that is you guys, that's in the broken window that faces the Luxor.
We are facing the left floor. We do not have a broken window.
Okay, copy. It looks like you might have another room that has a broken window that also faces the Luxor off that north end. There's a little bit of movement unknown if it's going to be the curtains or not. I'm going to be working to get a better eye on it.
Okay, stand by. We've got curtains open on a window that's not broken. We're looking for broken. Okay, it is us. We have the broken window. That's us, Jair. Corey, Todd. Go ahead, Todd. If you can raise a CT, ask them to contact the hotel if they can turn on one of these elevators and get there quicker. Copy that.
Is it? Okay.
Sure, Mueller, Kevin.
They have security down at the
Go
elevator
ahead.
base as well.
I'm just waiting for you on the 14th.
Okay, stand by. We've got curtains open on a window that's not broken.
It's us. Corey, it's us. Tell them it's us.
Okay, stand by. We've got curtains open on a window that's not broken.
It's us. Corey, it's us. Tell them it's us.
There's more. There's so much more to this whole thing. So here's the other thing. So MBS, his bodyguards were like, we got to roll, right? They rolled out the back in the vehicle, and his vehicle shot up.
Guys,
And it's nowhere in the line of sight, line of fire of the helicopter. It's got another building between us. There was a firefight over on the airport, on the airfield, a small one. And it got infrared video, FLIR footage of 5 packs with weapons crossing the airfield.
Military clearance off the escort situation. Military clearance off the escort situation. And just be advised, there's an active shooter on the airport. This is a blanket broadcast for all aircraft. Just a heads up. Keep your speed up to the ramp and
and they saw people get into a private jet and then take off. So none of this is in the news, by the way, right? Even the news, the cops said, yeah, there were no AK-47s. It was just AR-15 with a bump stock. And I'm looking at the video, go, well, that's an AK-47S.
It was definitely AK fully automatic.
There's the full suitcase full of loaded AK Max. There's the full suitcase full of loaded AK Max. There's the full suitcase full of loaded AK Max.
With a collapsible stock laying right there, leaning up against that chair. How you come here telling me there's no AK? That's why I was on the show, because I pointed shit out like that. They said there's no AK-47. I said there's one right there. Then they found an entire suitcase full of 30 and 40 round AK-47 magazines loaded in another room. What are those there for? And it gets crazier because later on, they have cops on the back side of the hotel, about a block away. They see somebody coming down a zip line from the back of the hotel. From the hotel window down the back, coming down a zip line into the parking lot.
What?
Yeah. Think about that. And the cops are going, well, wonder what that's all about. Wonder what they're doing. They didn't even investigate. They didn't just see some people sliding down a zip line. And the 3 chicks trying to make an escape? I don't know. There's so much to this story. Like I said, this was a 3-hour podcast, and the evidence was just mind-boggling. You know, the number of people getting shot. So he only had 1,100, I believe 1,104 rounds is what he had all total. And they had, you know, of course, 50 KIAs and lots of people wounded, blah, 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 blah. But there was another weird anomaly. About 22 people had gunshot wounds to the head, like 22 caliber from a horizontal shot, and some were on a fucking roof.
That's what we've been told. That's what we've been told. Because there's a security guard from the 32nd floor that's been shot. There's a That's what we've been told. That's what we've been told. Because there's a security guard from the 32nd floor that's been shot in Lily Bay. Yeah.
I don't know if it's clear or not. They're all fucking headshots. 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 That's high caliber from the 36.
It sounded fully auto.
Yeah. Oh, it was auto. Yeah. I was looking for a flash.
We're used to this here.
Horizontal.
Yeah, it's like somebody, boom, took those kind of shots. Man, I wish I could get a hold of John again because, I mean, it's out there. This whole podcast is out there. But yeah, this, nobody was talking about any of this. They just made it sound like some crazy 62-year-old white guy just got up there and started shooting fish in a bowl, right? And that's
So
not
what was
actually
the story? Somebody was trying to get MBS?
They were trying to get MBS.
Who?
The Saudis. So why would they get, because they've been trying to take him out for a long time because they don't, he's actually more pro-Western and he's a little bit more commonsensical, right? So for whatever reason they want, because right after that, 30 days later, he went back and I believe he arrested over 200 people.
We drive in under police escort just past midnight. No one enters here now without official permission. The world's most talked about hotel. Riyadh's most palatial, most prestigious. Now a gilded prison. I'm taken in by Saudi officials, told don't film faces, don't record conversations.
All tied to this. And that guy Khashoggi.
In Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. That guy Khashoggi.
Yeah.
Okay. That guy's involved in this as well. To what degree, I don't know, but there's a reason they took him out because they believe that probably he was an enabler for this whole operation as well. So it starts getting really deep, but 200 people were arrested when he got back, or when he got back to Saudi Arabia after that, within 30 days. But yeah, it's just the video footage alone speaks volumes. Like,
Jesus.
this guy's laying right there. There's no hole, no broken glass anywhere in this room. It's in the other room, right? So now Charlie Kirk. Everybody's wondering about Charlie Kirk. Everybody's got a theory on Charlie Kirk. So
yeah, well, there's so many people. There's so many ex-military dudes talking about how there's no way that round from that matches that gun, and if it's a 30-06, the entry wound in the neck, there would have absolutely been an exit wound.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So here's the theory. Again, this is what me and John kind of discussed is, all right. So they're saying that shot was from 43 yards or something like that, right?
Yeah.
All right, 143 yards. Again, we've got the acoustics from two different camera systems that were on the left and right side of Charlie Kirk facing the audience, right? Mm-hmm. Based on the acoustics, right? The acoustics said that shot came from 74 yards and not 143 yards to his front. So when you do the intersection, it shows that 74 yards, not out here at 143, right? It actually in front of some trees. Not from the trees, but in front of the trees. Mm-hmm. All right. They say there were no drones, but we have video of drones, and actually there's a video of a drone flying right in front of Charlie Kirk, away and upward at the same time the shot's fired.
Above the tent, so it would be in the camera. And they just move.
What was that?
Oh my God! He just got shot! Holy shit! Holy shit!
There's been a shooting. We heard shots.
Really?
Yeah. And so we looked at the drone, And what we found was there's a particular drone out there. It's got kind of like a hole shape to it. It's about that big. And you can weaponize drones now. You can,
sure,
easy peasy, right? And not only that, you can install AI, so facial recognition. It will 100% pick your face out of 1,000 people.
So this is face registration, and face registration is set up in the menu, and what this basically does is it memorizes faces. Face registration, new registration, and it'll say shoot fitting into the face frame. So we're going to do that, and that will be register face, enter. Okay, Kyle, jump in here. Okay, so where do you go? Okay, so all it's doing here is going to be memorizing the mask of the face. So all you see is eyes, nose, mouth, and chin, enter. Okay, Justin, your turn. This will be fun. Okay, so I'm going to menu, face registration, new registration, and then I'm going to memorize you. Okay, so now, register face. So now what happens here is under registration, it has order changing. So now I've got 3 people. So, Katie's number 1, Justin's number 3, and Kyle's number 2. If I want to make Justin number 2, then I just move him over there, and now he's number 2. Okay, you guys, I need all 3 of you in. And then at kind of different distances. Yeah, perfectly. Now, so see what happened right there. Look at this. Boom, it went to Katie. Now, number 2 on the list was... Well, let's find out who was number 2, because I forgot. Katie, jump out. Okay, now let's see. Oh, Justin had to be number 2, right? Okay, so let's take Justin out. Katie goes in. So right now, Kyle's in because he's the only one left. But now we go and Katie's again number 1. Now I'm going to do something. I'm just going to exchange the order, and I'm going to put Kyle as number 1. Katie is number 2, and you can expect what's going to happen here. You see that right there. Kyle is in focus. Now, Katie, come toward me quite a bit. So see that? Now, look at that. Katie's completely out of focus. And the camera knows which face to go to. This is handy because if you're in the middle of shooting a wedding, put the bride first, the groom second, maid of honor third, and then just move them around. So if the bride and groom aren't in the shot, then it will priority focus on the maid of honor.
Every time, right? At different distances. And here's what the theory is. The theory is that drone was armed, had facial recognition in it because you can see it. So if I'm Charlie Kirk facing the audience, it flew over my head just like this, went just like that, and then the shot was taken. And it's out of the picture. It's so fast, right?
Elbit Systems presents Lanius Search and Attack in 1. New, innovative, autonomous, lethal solution based on racing drones. The Lanius conducts GPS navigation, flight, scanning, mapping enemy detection, and lethality in a complex urban environment. Is equipped with AI technologies that allows navigation to building, scanning the building to identify openings, scanning and mapping, object avoidance, enemy detection and classification, target incrimination by human, and lethality. The system indemnifies blocked openings and can perform ad hoc lethal ambush. Increasing lethality and combat tempo while maximizing human survivability. Lanius, search and attack in 1.
We've actually seen it flying around a couple times in there. Now, here's the crazier part. So the U.S. government has two. They're like G5s, right? These fixed wing ISR birds, and apparently they're trying to sell them now. Wonder why. But anyways, these birds, they're ISR platforms, but they are also capable of delivering drones.
Fuck nobody without telling me.
Right, so imagine a G5 jet that can deliver a drone, and I'm assuming recover a drone, right? So here's what happened. On that same particular day, before the shooting actually happened, one of those aircraft flew from somewhere up north, like, I don't know, maybe Idaho, flew south. It dropped from 14,000 feet to 200 feet AGL.
Morning of September 10th in 1098L, Hades G6500 Bombardier Global Express departs from El Paso, Texas, heading towards Kalispell, Montana. It's its first flight of the day. As it approaches Salt Lake City, Utah, and specifically Provo, it begins to descend over Utah Lake. It descends and begins to slow down its airspeed, and it descends from cruising altitude. When it reaches its lowest altitude and its slowest airspeed during this leg and this maneuver here, it is adjacent to the University, Utah Valley University. So the aircraft is directly adjacent to Utah Valley University when it gets to the, there you go, 115 knots at one point. And then it begins to climb back out. Yeah. 115 knots at one point, and then it begins to climb back out and continue on its journey. So the question is, why is it making this type of maneuver adjacent to where Charlie Kirk was killed on the day that Charlie Kirk was killed? Now, this is happening 3 hours before the shooting. And the plane heads back up to cruising altitude and continues on its way. Now, what's really odd is that the same aircraft returns later in the day and does the same type of maneuver in the same spot. Let me show you that. The morning flight on September 10th, the first flight of the day, was El Paso, Texas to Kalispell, Montana. The second flight of the day is Kalispell, Montana to El Paso, Texas. Maybe they forgot something. And so let's take a look at the flight as it departs from Kalispell, Montana, and it heads south towards El Paso, Texas. Again, once it gets to the Salt Lake City area, this is the same aircraft, this same plane we just looked at, and this plane begins to descend again. And when it gets adjacent to Utah Valley University, it is at a AGL, above ground speed, above ground level of just 204 feet. And it's flying at close to stall speed before it begins to climb back out. So we've now seen the same aircraft in the same place make relatively the same maneuver, and in both cases descend rather dramatically, slow down rather dramatically. And we don't really see a record of this aircraft making this maneuver in this location. On the day before, the Wednesday prior, it doesn't seem to have a record of it. Now, it does seem to practice this maneuver or make this maneuver over lakes. So it seems like this is something these guys practice or do. But I can't tell you, exactly what's going on in every other place. But here, where they did it and when they did it, so they kind of collared it. They were there 3 hours before and 20 minutes after Charlie Kirk was shot. And as far as I'm concerned, that makes N1098L the prime suspect in the killing of Charlie Kirk. I'm John Cullen. Thanks for joining.
right there around the university in Utah, dropped to 200 feet, did a loop-de-loop, and then lifted back off, right? 20 minutes before Charlie Kirk was killed, that same aircraft was coming back, dropped down to 200 feet, did a loop-de-loop, and went back north. Right? So again, John was able to get all the communications from the control towers at the time, and what they couched it as was a missed landing.
Actual 10, traffic straight ahead is a Cessna at 5,500. We'll be making left traffic.
Looking for the traffic, Axel 10, and we're on the mist.
Axel 10, maintain 9,000, fly the published missed approach.
9,000 published missed, Axel 10.
Axel 10, you're above that Cessna traffic. Contact approach 118.85.
1885, roger. Tower Axel 10 is with you inbound on the RNAV 13 low approach.
Axel 10, Provo Tower, fly the correction. Axel 10, Provo Tower, fly the approach to minimums. Report the missed approach.
Axel 10 will fly to minimums and we'll call the missed.
Twice? Why? How's it a missed landing? You didn't land anyways. You just kept on flying, right? So, but that's how they framed it. It's a missed landing, a missed approach, right? And it took off. The theory is, again, this is me and John's theory. The theory is they delivered a drone, or maybe multiple drones. They came out. They probably landed somewhere and sat dormant until it was time to pull the trigger on it, right? And then they came back and recovered that drone and flew away with it. And so, I know that sounds like a far-fetched, but right now the acoustics are saying 74 yards, not 143. That would put it in front of him, in front of all the trees, right? We see the drone zip up, same time the shot happens, and you're right. A round from a 308, 30-06 is going to, at that range, is going to go through and through. Especially right, it's just going to keep on going.
There's no like freak chance that it could like divert, hit the spine, and go down like the other guy said it did?
No, that round, no, because you can see it's just a flesh wound, right? I mean, right here.
Yeah.
It didn't hit shit. And even if it went through the spine, most likely it's going to exit out the other side. That's a pretty fast bullet. That's about probably close to 3,000 feet per second.
Hey guys, Lance Padgett, Gorilla Ammo here to talk about one of my favorite rounds. It's the 115 Pig Punisher, part of the Gorilla Punisher series. This is a solid copper turned projectile that is designed to enter into soft tissue, break into 4, 5, 6 fragments, and create massive wound channels. You can see what's happened in this gel block is as we come in an inch or two, the pieces have broken off, created wound channels, and then the base has continued through, creating an exit wound and leaving a blood trail. Great hunting round, great pig round. This is what we shoot in our 300 blackouts in the woods.
The other thing the question I have is, if you look at the backdrop, right where he was sitting, there's no spalling there, there's no blood splatter, there's no fragmentation, there's no bullet hole, there's nothing there.
No, there was even a camera angle released from behind him, and there was zero blood.
Nothing there, right? So, that doesn't in and of itself doesn't prove anything, because maybe the angle it went off and maybe went into the dirt somewhere, nobody bothered looking for it. I don't know, but there's a lot of weirdness about this thing, especially the impact. On the backside, there's no impact. Nobody seemed to do an investigation for the bullet. Nobody actually talked about the bullet. Right. And then if you look at that weapon he had, you just don't take it apart like for example, an AR-15. Like, take out 2 little bolts and fold it up. That takes a while to do. In fact, it usually takes a bench rest to break the nuts on it with a tool. So he's going to take time to do what? Break that down and put it in a backpack and then climb off the building and then reassemble in the woods. None of that makes any sense. And so I'm of the theory that, and so is John, the kid was just, again, a patsy. Because he was probably already selected a while ago, because there's something I didn't know. This was John explained it to me, and I guess you can Google it. I looked it up finally. They have what's called information reduction teams, right? In the Pentagon, there's like 60,000 of these people, and their job is to analyze certain areas and create potential scenarios and or patsies. And so in this case, they go, you know what? We got to kill Charlie Kirk at this place. let's find a patsy, a guy that would fit this profile that we could do, and they do it. It's called information reduction teams. I didn't know that was such a thing, but apparently there is. You can Google that one too.
Information reduction teams.
Yeah, and apparently there's an army of these things, like 60,000 of them. I didn't hear about it until John brought it up to me. You got that right there?
Recent Pentagon efforts under the Department of War to cut staff and bureaucracy, notably slashing the Defense Technical Information Center workforce by 80%. In August 2025, to refocus on core data management and save money, alongside streamlining cybersecurity training and reorganizing innovation offices for mission focus.
It's just a staffing. It's just about staff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it says it's about staffing and stuff.
I think that's just a cover. But again, I'm not the expert on that.
Well, I mean, the most obvious thing is like that gun.
It's strange what desire make foolish people do.
So I guess it was the day after Christmas, December 26th. The government announced that it was closing the GEC. So the Department of State has a group called the GEC, or had a group called the GEC, which closed its doors December 26th of 2024 after a 10-year charter. So I guess it was planned that it was going to close. And as a result of this closure, we're going to take a look at this story about the Pentagon's capabilities, because the GEC is part of the State Department.
If it was a 30-06, it would have done way more damage than that. And also, I heard people say that if there was a sniper, like a trained sniper, that was going to do something like this, they wouldn't aim for the neck, or would they?
Well, just because they aim doesn't mean to hit what they're
True.
aim at, right? So
That's true.
maybe it was intended to be a headshot, pulled a little low to the right. There's so many variables.
There's also another theory floating around that it was the microphone was an explosive.
No, that's not. That's been debunked.
And do you know at all if he was wearing body armor? There are some people that say he was wearing a plate.
No, you would see it. His shirt was too tight. You would see if he was wearing any kind of a vest. You would.
There
see
was
it.
footage of him right before that, where he's walking around, and you can literally see his nipples poking through his shirt.
Yeah, he wasn't wearing a vest. It would be pretty obvious. A lot of weirdness on that one. But
who do you think was behind it?
Again, there's all these theories, but I think, honestly, I think somebody in the Jewish state took him out, because apparently there was a little rift before that, a couple of weeks earlier. And he decided he's not going to do that. He's not going to oblige these people that want him. They want to give him some ridiculous amount of money too, like $25 million for something. And he pushed back, right? Sticking to his principles. Yeah. So look, it's always, man, like this thing with MBS, right? The Butler shooting. I mean, we can go on and on, right? All a lot of these conspiracy theories are starting to be true,
and it doesn't help when the government just doesn't come forth with the truth. Like, they conceal and hide the information, which enables all these conspiracy theories to just explode.
Absolutely. And when we have real evidence, like the Butler Creek thing. And we have real evidence of Las Vegas, and they're still not talking about it. They're just kind of dismissing it, right? Like,
did you find, Steve, the Congress testimony of the Secret Service saying that we know there was 2 shooters?
show you what I did find. So I found his testimony, but
not him. I'm talking about this. Whatever the Secret Service said in front of Congress.
No.
Yeah.
There was no, and I looked and looked and looked and looked, and I couldn't find anything. Instead, I keep finding like this second shooter conspiracy. It's just, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I couldn't find it.
Yeah, John, like I said, John Cullen, man, he'd be a great guy to have on the show if I could ever find him, man. He is not like him, so that's why I'm a little concerned that something has happened.
How'd you meet this dude?
I actually met him through another guy. I don't know if you know Tommy Kerrigan from Tommy's podcast.
No.
Okay, well, Tommy has a lot of guys on, man. He's got some big names, and he said, dude, you really need to be on the show with this guy. And so I got to know John, and we did, I don't know how many shows we've done, 6 or 7 together. We were getting ready to do one on 9/11 and also on UAPs. Extraterrestrials.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's got a lot of knowledge on that one, too. I have probably more on 9/11 than he does, but... you know, that's another one, right? It's an inside job, you know, the government did it, you know. I'm like, no.
Yeah, there's so many 9/11 conspiracies. It's just like...
Yeah, I'll tell you this, 9/11, airplanes did do it. Bad guys in airplanes did it.
Standing tight on your feet. Light is here, just like me. You wanna dance, I wanna lead. The sleight of the hand to never see. You wanna dance, you don't know how to get it on the floor, man. Don't hold back for anyone. Close your eyes, just follow the inner light. You count on me. You count on me. You count on me. I can fly, I can breathe, learn to sing like do-re-mi. So you wanna dance, and you wanna be the bad out of